Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. And as always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit that notification button so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Hey, little story. A few years back, I like to tell personal stories sometimes. Kind of give you context of where I'm going. A few years back, I owed a certain credit card some money, right? I was at the time, my first, let's say how I got started. Divorced, trying to go to school, get my degree. Hard times, struggling, living off credit cards, living off 401k, living off student loans, just trying to make it, struggling, giving plasma, getting on welfare, all kind of stuff trying to get where I need to get to. But I had a plan and I was gonna stick with it, okay? So as time went on, you start learning the rules. I started learning the rules of credit. And it's like, man, you can dispute some charges. You can pay some charges down, this, that, and the third. And so, trying to clean my credit up and stuff, messed around and disputed all my charges, which was the wrong thing to do. If you ever see somebody on these videos say, hey, you want to clear your credit up, first thing you do is dispute charges. That's a bad thing to do sometimes. I'll tell you why. Because a lot of times your credit, let me see how I can make this quick. Just say you get a credit card, you max it out, can't pay it off, something happened, so you can't pay it, it gets sold to creditors. It gets sold to another, gets sold to another one, and the creditors come after you saying, hey, you got, you owe say you had $1,000 card. You owe $1,000, but we will sell it to you for $300. No, we will buy, we will clear your records for $500 or $650, something like that. You can pay in payment plans. You pay it all at once. We make it $500. You pay it over time. Be $650, $700, something like that. Depends on the dollar. That's because they probably bought the debt for pennies on the dollar. You see what I'm saying? So they're not going to charge you the full. They're not going to charge you the full price. So let's say one day you get the bright idea to want to clear your credit up. And then you go and let's say you don't mess with this for a while. Now, it used to be things, after so many years, things could fall off. I don't know how it is now, but you mess around, and I messed around, and it was like a few things on my credit history. And I did a full dispute on everything. Somebody said dispute it. If nobody calls back or responds in 30 days, it can be dropped. So I did. Again, I'm talking about credit cards, creditors. Like I say, didn't know no better. One thing was took a dog to a vet and didn't pay the bill. It was like high as hell. I was like, damn, but didn't have the money. That got taken off because the vet never responded. So that was taken off. But that credit card, that son gonna pop back up, because once the credit card responds, your credit debt in your account starts over. Because you're looking out. Once you reach out to see what's going on, at that moment, your credit starts over. So now, instead of those 7 years, quote unquote, stuck and fall off, now you kicked in. Now you got in 5, maybe 4, 5, 6 years have passed. Now they kicked in. Now you got, 7 more years. So anyway, long story short, people came after me again. This time they took me to court. Went to court. They had their lawyer. I ain't have no lawyer. Again, listening to people online. So you can go in there and say they don't have proof that you owe this money, so you can dispute it like this, this, and this, and the judge will dismiss it. My dumb ass did that. Judge looked at me like I was crazy, said, you owe the money, you need to pay it. And I'm like, damn, I ain't got it. I'm like, well, I ain't gonna pay it, forget it. But the difference between this and just them asking for the money is now the law is on your ass. So if the judge hits that gavel and say you owe that money, now that other person can start garnishing your check. So then one day I wake up and I have no money in the bank. Got a full paycheck, gone. I'm like, what happened to my money? They said, well, I didn't know this was gonna happen. They said, well, you owe so such and such money? I'm like, yeah. Well, that's when took it. You know, and I had to call them and say, well, dang, you know, y'all can't like leave me something. They said, no, you know, we got a court order. You know, we got a judgment on you, so we can take your money now. So they start garnishing. So I had to end up, and I mean, I got no shame saying it now because I mean, you do what you got to do to survive. But again, with me, it was always a plan to do better. Because eventually, you see, I got a house. You know what I'm saying? And cars, and got, you know, and stuff like that. So I cleared it up. But just sometimes you hit a lull thing about it, you just can't sit in that and wallow in it because all it's gonna do is get worse. So anyway, yeah, I closed that bank account out, had my checks going to a different bank, you know what I'm saying? Had my checks going somewhere else, as long as I could. But I was paying them off in, you know, small increments, the way that I could pay them off over time, because I, you know, just got, you know, started working regular and stuff and making halfway decent money, and was able to give them something. Because I always say, I'm gonna pay them a little bit here, pay when I get the money. They wasn't waiting. So my point is, they started garnishing my bank account. So I had to do something to change that. And then eventually paid them off and got my credit right and stuff like that. And you know the story. Like I said, got me a nice, you know, ended up getting a house, got a couple cars, you know what I'm saying, paying on stuff like that. So it didn't really mess with my credit too much. But it is what it is. And I said to say this, to get to this story. Tasha K, if you recall, was sued by Cardi B for defamation. And the judge awarded her, what, $4 million? And so now, the judge, the courts, I believe, have ruled, we're going to get to the story right now so we can get more details, that Cardi B can garnish Tasha K's bank account. Because, again, you get the courts involved. But let me show you why I think. I'm going to read some in this article, and you'll see why I believe that the court is going to allow this to happen. This is from Black Enterprise. It says Tasha K asked federal court to block Cardi B from garnishing bank account until her appeal is heard. Blogger Latasha Kiwi, aka Tasha K, is reportedly asking a federal court to stop rapper Cardi B from garnishing her bank accounts until after her appeal is heard. The recording artist, whose real name is Belcalis Almanzar, Cardi B, moved to garnish Tasha K's bank accounts at JP Morgan Chase to collect on the $3.3 million the blogger owes her. Cardi B won a $4 million judgment after she sued Kiwi for defamation in 2019. Kiwi claimed that the WAP rapper had worked as a prostitute and had a venereal disease. Kiwi lost and was ordered to pay the rapper a total of $4 million. The YouTuber filed an appeal, which is currently pending. However, Almanzar, I'm just gonna say Cardi B shit. However, Cardi B recently filed papers with a Georgia court to garnish Kiwi's bank accounts, and now the blogger is requesting that a federal court intervene to stop the rapper until her appeal is heard. Kiwi also shared a photo, and this is where I think the courts are gonna get her ass. Kiwi shared a photo on Instagram of herself laughing as she stood in front of the Bank of Africa in Bamako, Mali on September 23rd. Kiwi catching the post, goals. I want to be like her when I grow up, daddy. Winos, we are just dropping the Blueface Mom interview on TashaKLive.com. Watch before the Every Friday starts. See y'all tonight on TashaKLive.com for some Every Friday show. Starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on TashaKLive.com. Hashtag unwind with Tasha K. Maybe she should have said unwind with a D. I don't know. Who taught her how to spell? Anyway, one fan noted this was what snitching on yourself looks like. I agree. After Kiwi posted several pictures of herself abroad visiting Kenya, Morocco, and Mali earlier this month, fans questioned if Kiwi had moved to somewhere in Africa to avoid paying the money she still owes Cardi B. The blogger claimed that she was on vacation, but also mentioned that her new life in Africa. Oh, go ahead, Mercy. Just lost it. I'm sorry. I lost it. On Instagram, mentioned her new life in Africa on Instagram. She also posted pictures of herself and the rapper with the caption, "Well, hashtag YouTube videos up in 5 minutes since your fave keeps begging for these little coins. Ask her how she wants the 4 million in Guinea francs or Ugandan shillings." See, Cardi B showing me, not Cardi B, Tasha K showing that she ain't got too much sense. She ain't too bright. Now I heard that she, flunked a few classes when she was a kid. And I don't know if she even got a high school diploma, but you had to be stupid and not to do something like that. I don't want to sit here and talk about my sisters, because as they would say, they go through enough and we hold them back. Me and holding them back. But this is a story of kids. Let your Uncle Marlon tell you this. This is something you just don't do when you owe people money. You know how you can let family members borrow money and they say they'll pay you back when income tax come, and then when income tax come, they don't pay you back. But these son guns got new clothes, jewelry, may even got a new car, big screen TV, walking around, they doing Instagram, Facebook videos at freaking restaurants, going to beaches, taking vacations, while they still owe you money, like it ain't nothing. Then when you ask for the money, they get mad at you, like it's your fault that they owe you money. Which it is your fault, because you shouldn't have gave it to them. But the thing is, you don't sit there and floss and flaunt in public when you owe people. That is highly disrespectful. That kind of stuff gets you got. It really does. I've seen people get got for less money, like owing people like $10. And this is a true story. Dude owed a guy a bet. Dude acted like he wasn't gonna pay him. Dude told his wife to go get that heater, bring it back to the job. Wife came with the heater to the job, did the dude in. And because the dude had family that played in the NFL and had money, he didn't do too much time. I think he got off somehow, but he didn't do a whole lot of time. But the thing is, when you owe people money, get it. I always been the guy that never wanted to owe people money. Even when I borrowed money from people, and I'm like, look, I'm gonna pay you back this much every week until I pay you off. That's what I can afford. And I make sure it gets done no matter what. It's a man of my word. I remember I borrowed $1 from it, because I remember borrowing $1 from a guy one time and forgot that he gave it to me. And it was a co-worker too. And it just seemed like all of a sudden, he's had an attitude to me. Wouldn't say much to me, didn't know, it was kind of cold shoulder to me. So, I wasn't gonna sweat it. I just, kind of figured it out. So another homeboy, I told him about it. He was like, man, did he let you borrow $1? I'm like, oh damn, he did. So I went back and gave him $1. I think I might have gave him interest too. I said, man, look, I forgot about the $1. I mean, seriously. I said, man, I never want to owe nobody money, because, like I say, money, people act different around money. Those who let you borrow and those who borrow. People just make them act different. They do stupid stuff and they don't understand. And I said, I never want to be a dude to owe nobody money, especially like over $1, man. You know what I'm saying? Lose friendship, get hurt somebody over money, over little change. And yeah, we was struggling back then. I'm just saying. So my thing is, like I said, when you owe people money, man, you can't get out there and flaunt in their face. So Tasha K, you take your butt to Africa on vacation. Now, if you want to go on vacation, that's one thing. But for you to make posts online and to insinuate that you over there in another country, you in front of a bank in another continent, in another country, you insinuating that this is where your money gonna be at, so she's not gonna be able to touch your money. You insinuating that, talking about your new African life, that you moving to Africa. Cardi B may not have a whole lot of sense. I don't think she should. She is not the person that, politicians, her and Megan Thee Stallion, not the people that politicians should be talking to about Black American affairs and issues in Black America. But she had enough sense to hire a pretty doggone good lawyer to get $4 million out of you, and so that you got to pay. So I'm quite sure that same lawyer was like, I think we need to go ahead and start garnishing this young lady's check because of her money, because she making it seem like she done moved to another country, to another continent. And now Cardi B sitting here crying like she's the victim, saying, "Oh my gosh, you need to stop them from garnishing my money." Good luck with that one, sister. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say about that. That was not a smart move. Wanted to give you a little lesson about credit history and owing people money, because that's what the channel is supposed to be about. Not necessarily entertainment and relationships and all that kind of stuff that everybody talk about. Kind of want to bring you some real life scenarios on how this can really pertain to your life too. You know, people like to watch entertainment thinking they're different than us, but really they're people just like us. I mean, they're characters that they play, like they can rap about, you know, doing this and that to men, taking their money, you know, being sexually promiscuous, all this kind of stuff. But every last one of these females that rap this stuff, they're in a long-term relationship, they married, and if the relationship breaks up, you see them boo-hooing and crying like just anybody else. So let's just separate the fact from facts and fiction and understand what the real is. But anyway, that's all I got. Tell me what you think about this story. You think Cardi B's overreacting? You think Tasha K's, you know, was nothing wrong with what she did, or everything was wrong with what you did? You let me know. Leave your comments below and then share it with the world. With that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.